So the Cleveland Guardians have just put pen to paper on a brand new 1 year deal with veteran reliever Paul Sewald. And this is a 1 year deal with a mutual option. It's going to be coming in around $7 million guaranteed. And my first gut reaction is I really don't like this signing. The Guardians are known to be on a tight budget, and blowing $7 million on a reliever is just really not something that I would be too concerned about, given that the strength of this team has been relieving, at least for the past couple years. Now, if we move past the point that this is just adding to the riches, I really don't like Sewald that much as a signing regardless. I think that he had a very elite run from 2021 until 2023. That would be his first year with Seattle until his first year with Arizona. He was one of the best relievers in the game. But last year, he kind of had a step back year, pretty average compared to the rest of the league. And he's 34 years old. He's going to be 35. I really don't see him having a positive trajectory going forward. I look at the signing and I kind of draw a lot of similarities to Scott Barlow in the acquisition of Scott Barlow last year for the Guardians. I think that there's a pretty good chance that this goes in a similar direction and Sewald is DFA'd by the end of the season. On the other hand, I do think that there is some room for optimism that he's no longer going to be a closer. Maybe he thrives in a lower leverage situation in a stronger bullpen, but I just don't really see the benefit of bringing him in. In the corresponding move, they also DFA'd Pedro Avila. I don't like that either. I think that Avila was probably a comparable, maybe even a better reliever than Sewald, and he was making less money. So that is another negative to add on to this acquisition. From the looks of it, you could see here are all of the relievers that are on the 40-man for the Guardians right now. I think Sewald is coming in as maybe the eighth best reliever on the team. That's probably the last man in the bullpen. And to be paying the last man in the bullpen one of the higher contracts on the team is not a great look for a small market team. And note that this list doesn't include guys like Slade Ciccone and Daniel Espino, who I think profile better as relievers. If they are going to make their major league debuts for the Guardians this year, I think that they probably would be best coming out of the bullpen. That's adding more arms into the shuffle here. More of a chance that Sewald is just not needed. And in the grand scheme of things, this signing kind of signifies that the Guardians might be done in the offseason. I was kind of hoping that they would add another arm to the rotation, another starting pitcher. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. It seems to me that the front office looked around and said, hey, we're really not going to get any of these guys. We might as well throw some money at a sort of big name reliever and bring that in because we're not going to get anything else. I look at the starting rotation right now. I think it's going to be Bybee, Williams, Ortiz, Lively, and then you got a few guys fighting for that last spot. I was hoping that they would bring in at least one more starter to really round out that rotation, but it looks like they're going to solidify the bullpen here and maybe push Ciccone into that fifth spot with Logan Allen, Tristan McKenzie, and see what happens. But they could always shock me, do something else here, and prove me wrong. But this kind of seems like an overpay for a surplus player. I really don't like this signing at all. Maybe Sewald turns his career around a little bit in Cleveland, finds a second revival. I don't find it all too likely. Really kind of a puzzling move from the Cleveland front office here.